in many provinces have been associated with the tragic deaths of the young initiates. In many instances, non-compliance to correct practices is often cited as the reason for the deaths. Currently, the Ngoma Bill has been tabled. It legislates best practice, and the Mpumalanga Province is at the forefront of adopting the bill and educating initiation schools. Well, joining us in studio now to talk more about this is Bishop Moses Mashile. He is from the House of Traditional Leaders in Mpumalanga. It's good to have you. Welcome to the program.
Thanks, Leon. Good morning to the viewers at home.
It's a pleasure having you here on the program. Now, we are, as you were mentioning, about 2 weeks away from the initiation period, and it's a period that comes with very unfortunate deaths. What are you doing in the lead up to this now?
We have tried to learn from the previous experiences that we had as the province. As you can remember, although the number is decreasing, but we once had a huge number of initiates passing on. But now, as you know, we no longer have this Ngoma Bill, but we call it Mpumalanga Ngoma Act of 2011 that has been passed. In that act, it tabulates a number of things that needs to be done to address the challenges that we had. We have set up the systems, we have set up the structures. In the House, we've got an initiation task team, which is led by Ikosi S.E. Watchdog. I'm the coordinator of that task team. And also the Department of Health has appointed what we call Ngoma Forum, which is made up of medical and health professionals.
Yeah.
On our part as the House is to monitor what's happening on the ground and also try to intervene where there are challenges. As I said, we have set up the structures. We've also trained Ngoma holders, the people who run the initiation schools.
Yeah.
We've also involved police where we'll need their interventions.
Is this stricter security and measures that there've ever been before, if you have to compare to previous years?
Now, yeah, there are very strict measures. We have also, as I said, we have involved the police. Once someone comes in and does not have the requisite approvals, we involve the police immediately. We have adopted the motto of our traffic police in Mpumalanga that we are tired of these experiences. Once the person does a problem, we don't compromise. We intervene immediately. We involve the police there and there on the spot.
Remind us what this Ngoma Bill actually stipulates when it comes to circumcisions.
Ngoma Act, what it says, the first thing that it says the person needs to apply to a traditional lead if you are residing in a residential area.
Okay.
Then, after having applied, then the traditional leader has to supply the House and the MEC with the names of the people that he has approved to hold these initiation schools. And if those that have been, their approval were not granted, he also needs to advise us why those reasons were not, why those applications were not approved.
Yeah.
Which means the people can apply to us for appeal, and the MEC can review our decision as the House of Traditional Leaders.
Okay, so it's much stricter than ever been before.
Ever than before.
What about locations where initiations can actually be performed? Must they be done in hospitals now, or is it still in the same places that they used to be done previously?
As you know, it's a ritual. It can't be done in hospitals.
So the rituals will remain the same?
Will remain the same. They are done in the mountains.
Yeah. Who's going to make sure that the correct procedures are safely and correctly followed? I mean, I know you say that the police are going to be there, that they're going to try and manage it, but is there a watchdog that's overseeing this entire process?
As I said, they've involved the Department of Health, has appointed Ngoma Forum, made up of medical and health professionals, the people who have gone through the ritual, who know all the challenges, and there are doctors, some are nurses. So we monitor this thing on a weekly basis, I will say.
On a weekly basis?
On a weekly basis, but there's a team that is there on the ground on a daily basis. Like as I said, the senior traditional leader is the person that has overall oversight on this matter. So we come to monitor the traditional leader in Ngoma holders. We also go down there to look at that. The Ngoma Forum, they are there on a weekly basis to check each and every one. We visit each and every initiation school.
All right. In terms of the different key players and associations that were consulted to ensure cultural acceptance, did it really rely particularly on your organisation to ensure that no cultural practices were actually, I suppose, changed during this process?
Yeah, that's what we do as
Okay.
the house, to monitor that is the cultural practice, but that cultural practice it also subscribes to the modern society and modern practices.
All right. Well, thank you for talking to us. Thanks so much for being with us on the program. And it's 2 weeks away from the initiation period here in the country, and it's always devastating at this time to report on these deaths of these young boys that go to the initiation schools. But it seems that with these tighter measures and the Ngoma Bill in place, we're hoping that we won't have these devastating stories to report on this year. Bishop Moses Mashile, thank you for talking to us, and we wish you the best over this period.
Thanks a lot.
All right. The Bishop is from the House of Traditional Leaders in the Mpumalanga Province.